Good after morning, folks. Mike Wells, your world explorer. Right now we're going to take a look at our Dioscorea Alata Yam vines, and basically what we did was we tied some lead lines onto a main line between these two trees, and well, there's the lead lines, and these Dioscorea Alata Yam vines have really just taken to them, and now they're just climbing them. So basically they act as artificial previously existing vines for this new growth to travel up, because in nature what they do is they will actually go up to a tree. Here, I'll show you. Say this tree, right? They would climb up the trunk as best as they could, come out on a branch, and then drop down and hit the ground. Wherever they hit the ground, they're usually able to drop a bulbil or a root as the vine touches the soil, and then from there you'll see a new vine the next year pop out of the ground and travel up the old vine. So that's how that works in nature. But here we just produced an artificial situation which works really well. So let's get right up to it. This is the Dioscorea Alata. Now there's the Dioscorea bulbifera, which you want to look out for because they look awfully similar. We'll go back over here. I'll show you the Dioscorea bulbifera. Here's the leaves of the Dioscorea bulbifera. They're perfectly shaped like a heart. See? And if you put them up against the Dioscorea Alata, there you see the significant differences. The Dioscorea Alata on the right has more of like an arrow shield shape. The Dioscorea bulbifera on the left has a perfect heart shape. And that's it for that. There are other distinct differences, as like the Dioscorea Alata will climb from left to right diagonal, and the Dioscorea bulbifera will climb from right to left diagonal. Let's see if I can find, yeah, see? Isn't that funny? See how it's going from right to left? Now that's just a small example. Let's try to find a better example. Okay, we found the Dioscorea bulbifera example, and it's a generational example. You see how they naturally, something to do with the stalk itself, the vine itself, and the geometry of it causes it to want to travel from right to left in a diagonal. So there's the example right there if you look closely. Everything about these generational vines on this particular setup is going from right to left. Even the new vines are climbing from right to left. It's really crazy. Let me try to get this thing to focus. See? Boom. But they look so similar to each other, the Dioscorea Alata and the bulbifera. That's why it's important that you know how to identify them through those few distinct differences. Now, you look over here, this one, this vine has just traveled as a singular vine, and all of a sudden you get up here and it's branching out all over the place. See that? It's got a bunch of different vines shooting out all over the place, but they're all trying to reach and grab for the same lead line. So really amazing stuff. I mean, the production on this particular vine is probably going to be massive. And you look up there, you can see how far it has climbed already. See that? Pretty good. That'll be about 8 feet up. Let's go look back here. I don't see this other vine doing anything. Let's go right in here. Okay, there it is. So it came out of the ground, and it looks like the end got knocked off. So now it's shooting off some new runners, and those runners are going to be what grabs onto that line. This I don't think is a bulbifera or an alata. I mean, I have to let those leaves mature a little bit further, but I really don't think that's a Dioscorea alata. I could be wrong, but we're going to find out in a few weeks when this thing starts climbing something and throwing its fully developed leaves. Anyhow, let me show you a little bit of what's going on the other side of the property. These vines are just taking off. They're going to produce probably some really big yams this year because it's been raining a lot this June. And it's good and hot and humid out, and we expect to see some terrific production. I'll show you the other side of the yard real quick. Okay, here we are on the other side of the yard. Boom, this is the other setup. The reason I chose to lay these between the trees is because this space between the trees, it has zero root obstructions in the soil, so these yams can get as big as they want. Usually you find these yams next to tree trunks and stuff, but in the wilderness. But if you're trying to propagate and cultivate, you're not beholden to the same laws or same variables that nature, provides for these vines. So anyhow, let's go. Boom, these guys are doing pretty good. The ones that are out in the sun seem to be doing pretty decent. These ones are doing okay too, though, so can't complain. We've got a lot of vines. Now, the reason you see these teepees, these little screened mesh teepees that I had to fabricate, is to safeguard them from squirrels digging them up, because anytime there's sprouts of anything coming out of the ground, squirrels will chase the sprout for a nut. So that's why we protect the sprouts. Now, I was mowing the lawn today and I discovered an old location where I had these Dioscorea alata vines, and there it is. Now, I initially had thought that they died, but lo and behold, all 5 of these vines came out of the ground all of a sudden, and I'm talking they are growing fast. So here you have them. Now I tied the strings to a tree instead this time, instead of a main line, because this is somewhat in the open and provides minimal obstruction for the growth of the yam underground. Plus this sand, sugar sand, provides like the perfect environment in the soil, the sand, for these to grow, as it allows for the yam to actually expand rapidly in the soil. But yeah, all 5 of them seem to have survived. I accidentally ran 2 of them over with the mower. You can see which 2 that I did hit. I hit this one and that one. But they'll come right back. They'll shoot some new shoots up. So this is exciting for me to see this. That just shows you the resilience of the Dioscorea alata yam vines. Anyhow, folks, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, as that helps the channel out quite a bit. Today is June the 13th, 2022. Have a good day.